Hey guys, Tony Butler. Hey, in this video, we're gonna talk about the 3 keys to when you start your business, like the 3 things that you have to put all of your time and focus in, especially in those beginning months, okay? But before I do that, if you haven't liked this video, subscribe to the channel, please do so now, and then we'll get started and I'll tell you all about what we're gonna do. All right, so let's get into it. When you first are starting up a business, there's 3 key processes that you have to put together to really get things going, okay? The very first one, and this is gonna go contrary to what 99% of you think, is that you have to have a marketing system. A system to get leads, a system to connect with an audience, all right? And then the second system that you have to have, and this is a key part of almost any business, is you need a sales system, a way to sell your product or your service. Okay, marketing is going to bring them in, sales is going to close them. Now, sometimes your marketing will be able to make a sale, but for those of you that are selling high ticket items, you know, something that's going to cost a few $1,000s, $5,000, $10,000, you know, $20,000 packages, whatever, you're going to need a sales process. Okay, and then the last system, and this is the least important of all of them, is the actual system to deliver your products or your service, okay? And we're gonna go through kind of how those 3 things fit together and how to think about them in a little different way. For those of you who have a hard time understanding what I'm saying, I'm gonna go up to the board, I'm gonna draw it out for you. If you're on the short bus, this will help. You'll recognize what I'm drawing, and I think it'll help you get started. The first process you're going to put together when you're building your business is a marketing process, okay? Now, why marketing? Why do we want to do marketing first, okay? Because here's the thing. Every business runs on one single thing. It's blood for a business, and that's money, okay? So getting new clients, that's the master skill. And so in order to get a new client, you've got to have a flood of potential clients coming in that you're talking to, that you're engaging with, that, you know, maybe you're doing some content for. In some way, you've got to have a way of having access to clients, having access to a market. Okay, that's the first process. The second one is when they come in, you've got to have a way of selling them. Okay, so you need a sales process. Now, a sales process doesn't mean that you're doing it all manually. It can be automated. There is a way of designing a sales process using landing pages and good copy and sales pages, you know, all those things that go together to bring someone in, tell them a story, and then make a sale. Okay, that can be automated to a certain point. All right, but there is a point where in a lot of businesses, especially businesses that are selling big ticket things or long-term contracts, you know, like in my marketing business, you know, we might sell a $50,000 contract that's going to last for 6 months, you know, 9 months, a year even, sometimes a couple of years. And those just don't get done online, okay? So there's a sales process. We talk to them, we do demonstrations, you know, we do presentations. The larger the company, the more likely you're going to need to do a sales process for them, okay? And then the third part is your operational process. And now this is important. This is how are you delivering the service? Okay, what are you doing about it? Now, when we think of operational excellence, you know, think like McDonald's. One of the things that made McDonald's big is that every McDonald's restaurant was ran exactly the same. Everything was a process from start to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was systematized. Okay, what I'm going to do is for all 3 of these circles, I'm going to systematize them. I'm going to systematize my marketing. I'm going to put a very thoughtful system around the sales process. I'm going to test it. And then around the operational process, what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to feedback from clients. What do they love? What do they not like? What are they inconvenienced by? And then I'm going to do everything I can to make that operational process as streamlined and as predictable as possible, okay? When all 3 things here are working together and they're doing well, that's when you have a chance right here in this center line is to make some profit, okay? Profit is how you grow a business, okay? Now, I'm not talking about startups. In a startup, this different model is like, hey, we have an idea that's never really been seen before, and we take investor money and we're testing the market. We're trying to find, where it fits. We're trying to solve any operational issues. We're trying to make the software work. Okay, it's different. What I'm talking about is a small business that, basically you eat what you kill, okay? Where if I'm gonna grow the business, I'm investing my own money in that business. I'm investing profit from that business in order to grow it. When I hire a new employee, I am paying for that employee to come and do work. So what does that mean? It means that I must have a funnel where at the top of the funnel, new clients are coming in, and in the middle of this funnel, I'm selling them, okay, with sales. And then at the bottom, we're doing a good job and we're delivering. We're most likely, if we're really doing well, we're over delivering on the promises that we made during our marketing, during the sales and the operational side, okay? Now, there's a good argument. There is a fourth section of this I'm not gonna cover today, and that would be the administration of the business. The financial model, the HR once you start getting employees, all those things. Don't worry about that in the very beginning. The main thing you should worry about anytime you start any new business is, how am I going to get customers? That's the most important thing. Here's something I'll tell you about a startup, about a new business that you're building, is that getting sales solves a lot of problems. Why? Because when you get a check, that money buys you time. It gives you a chance to figure out, okay, I get my sales process works. I just got a check. Well, that check is fuel. That check is going to keep us moving. Now, I want you to think about this business. So I started Can Do Ideas more than 6 years ago. It was completely self-financed. I ran out. I left my last company and I started working. Well, when I got my first check, that first check got me through the first month so I could pay some bills, and I got another check. And it gave me a chance to have more at-bats, which was my marketing, okay? I had to get enough clients to last. And eventually we built up enough clients so that we got enough profit out of them, and that profit fueled us to growth and gave us some longevity. We've had some ups and downs. There's some months where we didn't make a lot of money, and there's other months where we made a ton of money. But the average of it and the management of that cash, that's what kept us going. So let's talk about these three keys, and let's use primal storytelling as, kind of the overarching system that we're going to build everything on. Now, step one of the primal storytelling system is I'm defining the tribe. Okay, now we want to think about who we serve first. That's the very first thing that we need to think about. And that's going to inform how we design our marketing system, how we design our sales process, and then everything that happens in our operations where we're delivering our product and service to them is going to be informed by them, okay? Now, most companies get this exactly backwards, where they have an engineer, maybe they're in software or something, an engineer designs something that he loves, that he really wants to use, and then he is trying to tell everybody how good it is. Okay, that's the wrong way to go about it. Businesses are in business to solve people's problems, to give people what they want. Notice I didn't say what they need, it's what they want, okay? If you can give people what they want, that solves a problem. That's the heart of all business. So we start out, we're gonna think about who is the target market that we're serving. What do we know about them? What's their demographic? And then once we understand their demographic, how old they are, where they're from, the kinds of things that they do, what degrees do they have, where do they live, are they in the country, are they in the city, where are they found, just depends on what your market is. Is it a man or a woman? Then we're gonna look even deeper. We're gonna look for psychographics. Okay, what are their hopes and fears and dreams? Why do they want to solve the things that they do? Like, what do they really want from it? There's always the surface reason, but then there's something deeper, like the emotional reasons. Then as we're looking through primal storytelling, what we're gonna do is we look at tribe, and then we look at the emotions and primal urges that are driving them. And then the last part of it is we're going to look at what story will help us connect. And the story is going to be the base of the marketing and sales processes that you put together. Those two things together will lead to the problems that we solve in the operational system, okay? Primal storytelling is literally, it's the format that you can use to figure out all three of these systems from the very beginning. And those will make everything easier. If you just run out and you just start trying to help everybody in the world, your marketing is harder because you're trying to market to too broad of a market and you don't have enough money. You know, if I could, there's an old Dan Kennedy thing is, if I had enough money to market to the entire white pages, I would. But you know what? Nobody has that kind of money. So instead of trying to market to 330 million Americans, what I want to do is I want to narrow it down to a really, really small niche. You know, so a lot of you know I'm a huge Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fan, and I'm a black belt, and I've been training for more than 20 years. So if I was going to create a product for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fans, I would even niche it down even farther. You know, maybe I would create a product, and I've had one on my mind for a long time. It would be for the mothers of children who've never seen Jiu-Jitsu, and that product would be for them to help their kids get through the first 6 months of Jiu-Jitsu, okay? Just as an idea. So very specific market, trying to solve a problem like mothers that don't understand anything about Jiu-Jitsu and they want to help their children progress. That could be a great market, I don't know. And then I would create a marketing system to connect with all those mothers. I would have a sales process where I would answer their questions. I would, speak to their fears. I would, get emotional with them in a way so that they could connect. And then I would design a process that delivered something that would be amazing for them. Maybe it would be a course or an ebook or a how-to, or, it just depends what we're doing. Okay, you kind of get the feel. But the idea is to have a way of connecting those three things: tribe, story, primal urges, and emotions. And that's it. You're going to have the three keys just based on primal storytelling. Thanks. So if you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't see my last video where I talk about the origin of primal storytelling and where that came from, please go back on, it's the first video on the channel, and check that out because it's really important to help kind of put into context where this is all coming from. And then if you'd like to learn more, follow us on Instagram. It's Anthony L. Butler, and even on Facebook, Anthony L. Butler. So check the description below. You'll find the links there. And please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you till next time.